all 5 or 10 of you that want to listen to the fat man rant in the parking lot. Ugh. Yep. 14th Doctor wish list. Now, this happens every few years where, the show's going to change the lead actor. And it's amazing how many of the same names you see every time. Like Richard Iotti. I'm like, okay, that's your choice. I don't know why, but that's up to you. Um, you know, or them Harry Potter kids, or me, Rupert Grint. I would have thrown in there myself, but you got to remember, sometimes you got to be a little realistic because when you normally when you get the role of the Doctor, I think the most anybody made was like, oh heck, hell, Jodie was making 240K pounds a year for her tenure, and um, so you got to think, who would actually take a pay cut that big? Because as you've seen with some American shows, especially the lead actors, they make anywhere up to $1 million an episode. And some series run like 16, 20 episodes. So you got to think, who would be insane enough to come over and do, a whole series of episodes for only 240K a year? And, But at the same time, the reason why I'm bringing this up is the fact that now the show is going to be co-produced by Bad Wolf Productions. Now, if they're doing this the same way they did with, remember when they moved Ripper Street over to Amazon Prime after like Series 2, the BBC canceled it. And then they ran another like 3 or 4, so I think it was like 3 seasons over on Amazon Prime because Amazon Prime co-produced and helped foot the bill. Now, with Bad Wolf's doing the same thing, especially with the fact that, as we all know, Sony has now bought their way in, or acquired Bad Wolf Productions, whatever, does that mean that the budget is going to get significantly larger? Does that open up the field, so some of them folks, who are out there on the wish list? And I agree with a lot of you. Tom Ellis is available now. Tom Ellis, I'd love to see in the Doctor. And I love how there are still people out there who will go, but he appeared on the show before. And I'm like, so? I'm like, guys, I'm not kidding. Google it. Look up previous actors who appeared in Doctor Who and then later became the Doctor. Colin Baker, of course, being a prime example. He first appeared in the Arc of Infinity as, Guard Commander Maxwell. Not to mention Bayban the Butcher on Blake's of him. But that's a whole other thing. Peter Capaldi, of course, as somebody just brought up there, appeared in the Fires of Pompeii, which I found interesting because for you folks to listen to Big Finish, here's a little sidetrack. Long before that episode, there was an audio called The Fires of Vulcan. Guess where it took place? Pompeii, the 7th Doctor and Mel. Look it up, I'm not kidding. Which I thought was interesting that, they did The Fires of Pompeii for the series. Okay, so, Peter Capaldi, another prime example. Matter of fact, Karen Gillan was also in The Fires of Pompeii as one of the weird, lady cult or whatever it was. And then later on, she became Amy Pond. Freema Agyeman, of course, appeared as Adiola in Doomsday and all that. And then later, of course, became, became the companion we all know as, Martha Jones. So just appearing on a show before doesn't mean you're like disqualified. Or another classic example, anybody here remember when Lalla Ward was the Lady Astra and then boom, an episode later she's Romana? And God only knows how many fanfics. I think there's been like 2 or 3 Big Finish audios trying to describe why that regeneration took place and how it happened. Because they had her choosing her own body and whatnot. But okay, that's a whole other subject. So now that, let's play, pretend here a little bit, because now that, Sony has bought their way into Bad Wolf, and it seems Bad Wolf will be co-producing, does that mean that they're actually looking for a major star? We're talking somebody they can now afford, somebody who would be on your wish list. Now, like I said, I haven't been going around touting my horn about it, because I had one source a couple weeks ago tell me that the next, as far as they knew, the next Doctor was going to be a major male star. And I'm like, okay, but I'm still waiting to hear more back on that. I didn't get a name, but they said they were major, because now they're going to have the budget to afford this. Yeah, it's possible, that RTD will bring back some companions. Like I said, if you had seen the plans for the Series 5 of the series, I'm sorry, throat dried out, of the Sarah Jane Adventures, your eyeballs would have goggled out. Like I said, Sophie Aldred was coming back as Ace. I think they already had Tom and Sylvester McCoy, picked up to appear as the 4th and 7th Doctor at some point. Amongst others. And sadly, Liz Sladen passed away. So all that went through the roof. Matter of fact, Sophie Aldred was supposed to appear as Ace as a regular in Series 2 of Class. And if that never happened either. Yeah, well, the TV movie companions are a whole nother kettle of fish. The reason being is, while the Doctor and the Master and all the basic stuff are under BBC copyright for the 1996 movie, any of the characters who were created for that movie are in limbo. I got this from Daphne Ashbrook. If you want to look up that interview, I don't know. There was a whole bunch of stuff, because studios have changed hands. LLC, all that stuff is swapped around. And when I last checked, both of those characters, they don't even know who owns the rights to them, which is why they've never appeared even in Big Finish. Now, while Daphne Ashbrook and Yi Ji So have appeared as different characters, they've never been Chang Li or, Grace Holloway in the Big Finish audios, and that's why. Nobody knows who owns the rights. You gotta love Fox. They fox up everything. Oh, I'm loving some of the suggestions in the comments for the last video. For somebody had a good one in there, for the Hokey Wokey Christmas album. Sorry, I might have to take a swig of water. My throat's drying out this morning. Paul McGann should have been in the 50th anniversary, as I said. Someone just brought up Paul McGann. And like I said, as much as I love John Hurt, I love the War Doctor, especially on Big Finish audio, some of the stuff they picked up there. Plus, they're doing a early War Doctor series right now, which is pretty good so far. But like I said, it should have been Paul McGann. Hands down, there should have been no reason for that. And it would have been perfect, too, because it would have set up why the 9th Doctor was so injured. But at the same time, I didn't like the fact they restored Gallifrey either. I thought it was just, complete, why'd you do this? Even RTD was not happy about it. I remember that was going around for a while. Which is why I keep telling people, you think RTD is going to step in and do the same thing to Chibnall that Moffat did to him? No, I don't think it's going to happen. Now, a lot of people are saying if they go back to a male Doctor now, they'll be basically admitting defeat on Jodie Whittaker. No, why? Like I said, she's done nothing wrong. Neither did Chibnall. He just made the mistake of doing something, shaking the game up. And some people out there could not tolerate it for various reasons. Now, some people on a subconscious level were never going to accept the female Doctor. And they try to pick out other things, like I said, then you got the traditionalists. And as I've said before, hiding behind the traditionalists are the misogynists. No, nobody knew about. Trust me, they caught a lot of people by surprise. Someone said they think a lot of the fans knew there had to be a thing, an incarnation. It's like, no, because originally we were led to believe, and like I said, this is what happened. Eccleston was going to be the War Doctor, and then Eccleston didn't sign up. He didn't come back, so they had to revert to another plan. And I'm like, McGann would have been perfect, because if you listen to the Eighth Doctor adventures to its, all the way to the end of like Lucy Miller, he was in the full psyche. He was literally losing it at that point. And they tried to capture that in a 7-minute video so they could kiss him off with a regeneration scene in exchange for legitimizing another Doctor they were shoehorning in. And yeah, I wouldn't mind Tanaya Miller either. Mike the Collector there. I wouldn't mind her either. I'd really enjoy her as the Doctor. Like I said, I've seen her in various roles here and there. I think she's a brilliant actress, and like I said, I'd love to see her in the role. Yeah, they're gonna run screaming for the hills now, and hopefully they're gonna try to shake things up. Like I said, it could be a major star also as well, and like I said, I haven't gotten a name yet on that. So, folks, who do you like I said, I know it's been asked you a billion times now, but now that we're looking at a bigger budget, and I mean someone who's, keep it to someone who's like alive, in the comment box, sit down and think, now who would I like to be the 14th Doctor? Male, female, whatever. And put it in the comment box, because I have got to run into work. So please, all of you, take care of yourselves. Have a Merry Christmas. We'll see you on the flip side. Good morning to y'all.